Hey everyone, Caront here, welcoming you back to Tales of the Abyss. In the last episode, we made our way through the Anista Marsh on the way to Belkin, and fought off a behemoth while doing it. It kinda took me a while though, not the most pleasant of fights. In this episode, we are going to head into Belkin and see if we can figure out a little more about Van and Van's plans and the like, so let's go ahead and head on in.
Well, we made it here. Now what?
There's a man here named Spinoza who has been researching replicas with Van.
Van.
Let's pay a little visit to Spinoza at Phone Machine Lab 1.
Master, you tricked me. You're making replicas. What are you thinking? Let's go check it out.
But first, there is a couple things I want to do. I basically just want to go to the inn and shop and things like that because, well, our supplies were rather depleted after the fight with Behemoth. But while I am doing that, actually, I also want to do another shout out, and I haven't done one in a while, so pardon my fumbling a little bit. But I want to do a shout out for one of my favorite YouTubers who has been one of my favorite YouTubers for a while, and that is Nintendocaprisun. Nintendocaprisun has been a YouTuber for quite some time. He has done a lot of different videos, and his style is, well, it took a little bit of getting used to for me, to be honest, but it's really fun. It is a very, very casual style of commentary, so it's not quite uber serious or anything like that, but it's a lot of fun because really what it feels like is, I guess the best way I can think to describe it, is it feels like you are hanging out with him, I don't know, at a restaurant or maybe you're just kind of both sitting there playing video games and he's commentating on it as you're sitting there with him watching it. That's really the feeling that I get from it, and it's a lot of fun. It makes it very enjoyable, especially just to sit there and, a lot of it is hijinks and kind of craziness and such, but it's a lot of fun watching it. Nintendocaprisun was one of the first LPers that I actually kind of latched onto, and he's doing a couple of series right now. First of them is, he is in the latter episodes, I think, of a playthrough of Pokemon Omega Ruby on, I believe, the 3DS. He is also doing a lengthy playthrough of different folks' Super Mario Maker levels. So if you haven't gone by and checked him out yet, I'd recommend you actually go by and check out both of those playlists and just go watch him in particular. He is a pretty good YouTuber, it's a lot of fun, and I am glad for the opportunity to, basically support him. Alright, so let's go ahead and from there head up to the Phone Machine Lab now that I have gotten my shopping supplies and such.
Commander of Special Operations, we heard that you caused quite a stir in Bannacle, sir.
Commander of Special Operations?
Commandant Grants wants to see you. Now, Commander Ash!
Now's our chance to see General Grants. Let's just play along.
We brought Commander Ash.
Van. Major Lagretta.
Master! Hakinak Xeriuth, you made me...
This is quite a mix-up. Shall I send them away?
No, it's all right.
Why are you destroying the Sephiroth trees and causing the Outer Lands to fall?
This wasn't written in Yulia's score!
Yulia's score. Don't make me laugh. If people continue to rely on that garbage, mankind will go extinct.
But you're trying to end the world yourself by making the Outer Lands fall.
This is the only way to free the world from Yulia's score.
I suppose the score won't matter if everyone's dead.
No. All that will die is that ghost of Yulia known as the Score, and its support, Lorelei.
Lorelei, the aggregate sentience of the seventh phonon, but its existence hasn't been proven.
It exists. It's the source of man's power to read the Score, and the force driving this world into madness. If Lorelei is not destroyed, this world will continue to be shackled by the Score.
So many people will die if the Outer Lands fall. The score will be the least of anyone's worries.
Humans are mere puppets, living only as the score dictates. Replicas will suffice.
You're going to recreate the entire world? Everything? That's ridiculous.
Then what about this, Gaillardia Galangardios? Mankind knew through the score of Hod's destruction and still did nothing.
But...
My feelings have not changed. If you will aid me, I would gladly welcome you. My promise still stands.
What promise? What's he talking about, Guy?
well...
My family has served House Gardios for generations. When we were reunited under Duke Fabre, we swore revenge for the destruction of Hod.
He's here.
Ash!
It's about time, Ash. With your hyper-resonance, together we will create a new world order.
No! If you need hyper-resonance, then use that replica there!
That inferior product? He can't even control a complete hyper-resonance on his own. He was merely a pawn to make the Order think history was following the score.
Take that back.
Tyr, open your eyes. With the Sephiroth out of control, your efforts with this refuse are meaningless. It's all right, Lagretta. They pose no threat.
Tyr, put away your weapon. The odds are against us here.
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in Mew versus 1, 2. I think the odds actually are for us, but okay, whatever.
Yeah, we wouldn't escape from this one unharmed. We can't die here, even if he dies with us. We still have to lower the Outer Lands.
Van, we'll both withdraw.
Is that all right, Commandant?
Improving Ash's mood could be beneficial.
The Commandant has spoken. Now leave.
Okay, so we get kicked out. Great. But I think we can go back in later, maybe? No, we can go back in the office now. Alright. Now why, might you ask, would you want to go back in the office? Well, okay, never mind. It's going to pop up later. There is something that we can grab here, just apparently not yet. First thing what we need to do is go back out of here and try not to get lost along the way. And then as we make our way out of here, we will, well, try to figure stuff out. Mostly head back to the inn to try to plan. I know, not much to really discuss, but it was a lot of stuff that the story just dumped on us. I find it interesting, though.
Ash, thank you for saving a sabbatical.
Yeah, we're only here because of you. Don't get me wrong. I only saved you because the phone master told me to.
Ion told you to?
I have something for you. Come to the inn.
Yeah, that'd be why we need to go to the inn. Now, I find it interesting that usually in, well, JRPGs, you don't have a particularly clear understanding of the villain's motivation for, well, sometimes ever. I mean, you don't have a clear idea, hey guy, about what Master Van was saying to you. Ah, that. The reason you attacked me because of the curse slot was... Yeah, what Van said was true. I used to be on his side. But not anymore. Our objectives are no longer the same. And you want us to believe that? You know we're a suspicious lot. Yeah! Stop that. When we had all given up on Luke, Guy alone went back for him. Will you try to deny even that? It could just be part of his plan. I won't demand you trust me. If you think I'm Van's spy, then I'll leave. That's all there is to it. I'll trust you, Guy. Are you sure? Well, I mean, I want you to trust me, to believe that I can change. I want you to watch me. I see. Despite being from a nation that views mine as an enemy, Guy did his best to encourage me and cheer me up. I cannot believe that was an act to deceive us. I don't distrust Guy. If my brother intended to use Guy as a spy, he'd have hidden it more skillfully. I agree. I merely expressed distrust as a matter of formality. If you're that soft and naive, one of these days you're going to seriously regret it. Oh well, don't say I didn't warn you. Huh. Well, whatever works for you guys. I'm glad to be part of the team. And I'm glad you're with us. Guy, I trust you, okay? Yeah, I know. Alright, well, what I was saying earlier, I like how the game basically comes out and spells out Van's motivations. We're probably, time-wise, we're probably about halfway through the game, I think. So I like it. I like that it comes about this early, because you don't have to sit here and wonder, well, why is the villain trying to destroy the world? You already have your answer, and the question then is Van going to be able to pull it off? And if not, how are we going to stop him? So let's go ahead and go to the end and see if Ash can help us out with that. Ash? Ash, where are you hiding? Oh, hi, there you are.
Noelle, you're okay.
Yes, Ash rescued me.
Ash?
Thank goodness! But the Albior's ability to fly was sealed at Doth.
What? If you can't fly, how did you get here?
It could still travel over water, so I managed with that.
They probably removed the flight stone, the phone stone that controls the hover drive.
So we can't fly until we get that back?
Yeah, the Albior's just a ship for the moment.
Ion asked me to give this to you.
This is a history of the Dawn Age. It's one of the Order's forbidden texts.
Forbidden texts are those the Order designated as harmful and gathered up, right?
Correct. And this is a very old one at that.
Ion said you'd find it useful in lowering the Outer Lands.
It will take time to read it. Can we save the talk for tomorrow?
Sure. You're probably the only one of us who can make sense of it anyway.
We're counting on you, Jade.
Then I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Where'd everybody go?
You didn't wake up, Master, so they all left.
They could have woken me up.
Alrighty, well, apparently Luke's a sleepyhead. And yeah, they didn't actually leave, they just all kind of wandered outside. So we can talk to some of them and get some unique thoughts here. Although, you know, not really anything extraordinary, I don't think. Yeah, I didn't think the Commandant would be here either. Surprise! Well, not so surprised, I did know, but still. Okay, I think we need to talk to Jade to forward stuff around. Now, we can pretty much talk to... Wait, how is my brain gonna melt if I sleep a lot? I love the jabs that they toss at each other. You can definitely tell that they're clones.
Jade, did you learn anything?
Yes, it seems the cause of the Qliphot's liquefaction lies in the core.
The center of the planet, where memory particles form?
Yes, it should be at rest, but it's vibrating violently. That's likely the cause of the liquefaction.
Then why didn't the people of Yulia City do something about the core shaking?
Maybe because it's not in the score.
Partly. The primary reason was that the shaking is caused by the planet storm.
The planet storm. That's that artificial planetary fuel distribution system, right?
That's right, you remembered. The memory particles from the core pour out of the first Sephiroth, the radiation gate, and they return to the core through the second Sephiroth, the absorption gate. That's the planet storm that forms the planet's fuel.
Dr. Southern Cross proposed the planet storm during the Dawn Age.
They likely didn't have any idea that the planet storm would cause the core to vibrate. And in fact, it probably didn't originally. But over a long period of time, distortions developed, and the core began to vibrate.
Even Dr. Southern Cross didn't predict the core's vibration.
The only way to stop the shaking is to stop the planet storm. But stopping the planet storm would drastically weaken both phone tech and phonic arts. The passage rings supporting the outer lands would also stop completely.
Then there's nothing we can do.
Actually, we just need to stop the core's vibration while maintaining the planet storm.
Can we do that?
This forbidden text contains some ideas.
But it was sealed away because it contradicts Yulia's score?
Correct. All we can do is fix the liquefaction and lower the outer lands. Granted, we will need to reconstruct the phone machine from the text. We'll need the help of the researchers in this city.
But the people in this city are all connected with Father and Van. Father? What? What's so funny?
What do you know? Ash really is a young noble.
Ash, where are you going?
For a walk. Fill me in later. For now, go figure out what you're going to do.
Uh-oh, made him mad. Whoops.
My, he has some soft spots after all.
Honestly, stop teasing him.
If what Ash says is true, then won't it be difficult to gain the researchers' help?
No, there's a way. Look for a researcher named Hankin.
What do we do when we find him?
You'll see.
Alright, so where then do we find Hankin? Well, actually, he's here. And we actually need to go back into the phone lab anyway, so we might as well. So let's go ahead and waltz back over there. Now, the item that I was planning on picking up in the phone lab in Van's office, we actually can do now, I believe, but we couldn't do so earlier. So let's go ahead and head up, and I believe we run into Hankin as we make our way actually to Van's office, so it turns out to be pretty well placed. The only misfortune in regards to that is that we actually have to go through all these doors to get to it, which, not the best thing in the world, but it could be a lot worse. And it could be an earlier RPG where you could wander around all over the place and have no idea where you're going.
You want us to take on a secret job? Out of the question.
Now, I still think the Sheridan researchers are the greatest old people ever, but these guys aren't so bad either.
God General Dist is in charge here. If he found out, there's no telling what would happen.
Oh well, I guess I'll leave building the contents of this forbidden text to Eamon's group in Sheridan.
What? Eamon?
That Tamara and her cronies aren't going to take another Dawn Age phone machine from us.
Okay, if that's how it is, we'll take on your job.
Huh? What? Why are you so opposed to the guys in Sheridan?
We've been rivals in phone machinery research since our days at the Royal Academy.
We of Belkin's Class I are at 99 wins, 99 losses against Sheridan's Class M. I won't lose anymore.
Guy, you knew about this?
The rivalry between Class I and Class M is famous among phone machine buffs.
We should get the governor on our side, or information might leak to Dist.
But the governor is currently our enemy.
Don't worry, leave that to us.
All right, let's go, Kathy.
There they go.
I suppose we'll explain our plan in front of the governor.
Well, sure, but first let's see if that item is in here. Because it should be at this point. Yeah, there it is. I wonder if Master Van has read all these books. Who knows? They don't look particularly important from what I can see. But there might be some valuable information here. Shouldn't we at least take a look? Huh. What is it? Did you find something? It's a recipe we don't know. It is the recipe for Egg Bowl! Jade, quit goofing around. My apologies, but besides this cookbook, the rest consists entirely of basic phone tech reference texts and books I authored myself. I don't think there's much point in reading through them. Why didn't you say that in the first place? So even Van read the Colonel's books. Yep. Hey, what can I say? Jade's a smart guy. Now you might be thinking, Self, is that stuff behind the bookcase there? Yes, yes it is, but we can't get to that quite yet, so don't worry, we will see that in due time. But for now, let's go ahead and head back out of here again and make our way, this time to the governor's office in Belkin, which I think will pretty much wrap things up for this episode because we've had a pretty good amount of story movement. We now know Van's motivations for, well, everything, pretty much. So if you're looking for any more surprises in terms of the plot, well, there will be one or two, but not a whole lot. Basically, we just got the whole thing laid out on the carpet in front of us, so like I mentioned before, it could be a good thing. Gives us more reason to dislike Van. I mean, he wants to destroy the world and rebuild it with replicas. Who does that? Wait, Governor's Mansion is further this way, I think. Or that would be the entrance. It's back the other way, sorry. I get my buildings mixed up here sometimes. Here's the Governor's Mansion.
Master Luke.
Relax. The governor is going to help us.
I've been ordered to search for Master Luke and Princess Natalia. I just can't seem to find them. That's all. Understand?
Oh, please, you're as excited as anyone about that forbidden text.
Either way suits us. We'll explain what's happened so far. Go ahead, Guy.
Me? Oh, all right.
I see. That's some story. It's hard to believe.
What are you talking about? Rugnika's already gone.
We'll first need to measure the frequency of the core's vibration.
How do we do that?
By inserting a measuring device through a passage ring into a Sephiroth tree. So, we'll need a Sephiroth that we haven't lowered yet.
Shuri Hill and the Zhao ruins are both in the cliff-off now.
Shall we ask Grandfather in Yulia City?
We need the Albior to fly if we're going back to the cliff-off.
Oh yeah, it can't fly right now. We could take the Yulia Road.
Then let's go to Doth. Ion might know where the Sephiroth are, too.
The Sephiroth will be closed with a Dothic seal. We'll need to take Ion.
We'll build the measuring device here.
Thanks, we're counting on you. We'll head to Doth in the meantime.
Okie doke, so we have our next destination. But before we do that, there is one other thing I want to do in Belkin before we go. And that is actually...
What was that about?
Well, watch Spinoza run off.
Spinoza just ran away.
Spinoza? What was he doing?
I'd say he was eavesdropping and is now going to report what he heard.
Spinoza's not that kind of man.
You can't judge a book by its cover.
Were you talking about something you wouldn't want overheard?
They're going to secretly rebuild the phone machine from the forbidden text.
We're going to bring Ion here in the meantime. At any rate, we just need to catch Spinoza, right? I'll find him.
Ash, you're helping us.
Then let's look for him together. Don't get me wrong. I want to ask Spinoza something myself. I'm just helping you on the side. I do not intend to get friendly with you people and that replica. Don't be stupid. We don't know where he went, and you'll need a vehicle. Enough. Just go get Ion. Okay, that does it. I'm going to find Spinoza before that jerk does.
Don't talk about him like that. He reminds me of a young Eamon. He's probably shy and lonely.
Huh. That makes him all the worse. Listen, Luke. Spinoza will try to leave the country by ship. You find him before that Ash does.
Of course.
Just so you don't forget, bringing Ion here is what's important.
I know that. We can still take a quick look around the cities along the way, right?
You pick strange things to be stubborn about.
Now, it asks us if we want to go straight to Doth. Absolutely not. Because, well, what I was going to mention before Spinoza ran off is while you're here, go back to the inn. And actually, you could do this just after the conversation with Ash in here, but go ahead and stay at the inn. Sorry, I need to go out for a bit. What's up? I'll be back soon. Now that I think about it, Master Van has been using this city as a base. I trust Guy, but... Follow Guy? Yeah. I trust him, but I still wonder what he's up to. You finally answered my call. Yeah. We once swore to help each other. Why do you hesitate now? I can't go along with what you're doing, that's all. What I'm doing will revive Hod. No, Hod is gone. Can you say otherwise? This is unfortunate. I'd pledged my sword to you. I wanted you to join me. If you still think of me as your lord, then I'd appreciate it if you obey my orders. Vandistelka, stop this foolish behavior at once. If you cannot obey that order, then I shall return your sword. I cannot obey, Master Gylardia. Understood. Then this is the last time we will meet like this. Farewell. The next time we encounter each other, I will forget you are my master and show you no mercy. Uh-oh, I better get back before Guy sees me. I'm back. Hey, you already asleep? It's still light out, you know. Luke, I've put my past behind me. I won't be lured by Van's words anymore. Thanks for trusting me. Man, I feel bad now. By the way, I knew you were eavesdropping. If you're pretending to sleep, you can stop now. I'm sorry. It's not like I didn't trust you. Haha, it's okay. Sorry for worrying you. So we get to take a snooze again. And I think this is where I'm going to go ahead and leave things off. So next time on Tales of the Abyss, we actually, well, now that the Tartarus, or now the Albior rather, is a ship again, we can actually use it to do the freaking blacksmith stuff in Sheridan that I tried to do earlier and couldn't. So we'll do that. And then we'll also engage in the search for Spinoza, because although the other characters were saying, oh, you're idiotic, it actually is something you want to do, especially the first time through your game. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later.